It is the Tuesday album tour. This month features Psych, It's April. Now, we just finished listening to Buffalo Springfield's album, Buffalo Springfield. Again, fantastic album. And we are jumping into Jefferson Airplane's Surrealistic Pillow. Now, this one I am quite excited about because I am told this is going to be my album introduction to the one and the only Grace Slick. Now, my impression of Jefferson Airplane, I'll kind of give you my quick rundown. I know that Jefferson Airplane was in the Woodstock movie. I saw both the Woodstock movie performance. I saw the Monterey Pop performance. They were tremendous. But in it. And honestly, if you saw the movie A Serious Man, I became obsessed with the song Somebody to Love because of the intro, like the intro scene of that movie. It was amazing. It totally captivated me. That was such a good movie. Watch it if you haven't seen it. It's such a good movie. If you like a Coen Brothers movie with a ambiguous ending, do it. But anyways, that's kind of my impression. I think White Rabbit was playing when in Fear and Loathing, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. So, uh, let me know. I mean, let me know what you think. I'm pretty sure that's the song that was playing when he was in the bathtub, though, right? Fear and Loathing. I'm pretty sure the song was White Rabbit when he was in the bathtub, wanting to listen to the song under the water, right? Um, it, and Johnny Depp was like, "Hey, man, if you want to kill yourself, do it on your own time," or whatever. Either way, guys, you gotta let me know. This is a music discovery stream. Have you heard this album before, or are you raw dogging a very first listen with me? I am gonna hit the play button. Before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or join us on Kick or Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. These people over here are the best people. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I know I speak for all of us when I say we would love to have you by. Guys, I tell you, this is, just for the record, we're only listening to the album proper, what was released on the vinyl there in the beginning, so we're only going through song 11. If I've heard a song I know, I will let you know off the top of my head. I do know the song Somebody to Love and White Rabbit. If I have heard any of these other songs from like the Woodstock set or the Monterey Pop Festival, let me know. Just refresh my memory, because those weren't songs I'm going to know off the top of my head. Here we go. Let's open her up. She Has Funny Cars. I love that we have a good mix of I know this is and raw doggers out there. And this is the first album with Grace Slick, is how we ended up here, and not the first album. Hey, Tara, did it just occur to you the same way it occurred to me that, like, this might be, like, kind of like proto Ambrose Kenny Smith? Time goes on and I don't know just where you are or how I'm going to find you. You can do whatever you please. The world's waiting to be seized. Want to leave me alive. You can collect all the neglect. The vocal dynamics here I didn't expect to get into. When you see them live, there's so much, energy and piss and vinegar and like probably LSD, just really, really steeped in that piss and vinegar. If we're just calling it like it is, they really have this hauntingly captivating harmony thing.
The world's waiting to be seized.
Want to leave me alive.
Rhea, Ruski sister, sorry, that female voice is Grace Slick. She's about to blow you away when you hear the next song. That's the song I know. That's the one song I would reference. Also, what do you guys think about the Jefferson Starship and whoever else they came? Because these are the people that did we built this city, right? Like, right?
You can collect all the neglect or all the self-respect you need. And I know, and I know, and I know your mind's guaranteed. It's all you'll ever need. So what do you want with me?
This is absolutely psychedelically inspired, though. Every day I try so hard to know your mind, find out what's inside of you. Time goes on, and I don't know just where you are, how I'm going to find you. It's almost like a longing, too, though. Like, this could be like one of those moments where you're like both tripping and you're looking at each other and having one of those like romantically like we love each other moments. If I haven't had one of those moments if you were wondering, but I definitely kind of see that in the lyrics. And do whatever you please, the world's waiting to be seized. You can collect all the neglect or all the self-respect you need. They built this city on rock and roll.
Please, the world's waiting to be seized.
Want to leave me alive.
You can collect all the neglect or all the self-respect you need. And I know, and I know, and I know your mind's guaranteed. It's all you'll ever need. So what do you want with me? We live but once, the good ones can be found around in spite of all the sorrow. If you see black, you can look back, you can look front, you cannot face tomorrow.
These transitions are so delicate. I love it.
Some have it nice,
Back and around.
flash, paradise. They're very wise,
Maybe
they're disguised,
but
trying to revolutionize tomorrow. And I know, and I know, and I know your mind's guaranteed. It's all you ever need. So what do you want with me?
This song rips. It definitely walks into a psychedelic opener, but it's interesting how different the energy is captured on the album versus what you hear live. You have very different instrument textures. You're hearing certainly other. This is the same. A lot tamer. It's interesting that they kind of do a great job with the stereo soundscape. Again, it's soft pans. It's not abrasive. It's not like listening to white light, white heat in stereo. It's like very subtle pans. It feels like you're kind of in the room. Totally fine by me. Kind of gives me a little bit of a Bob Dylan from bringing it all back home, or a highway 60 for 51. Those guitar tones anyways. Okay, now this is a song that I think everybody knows. I've never sat and listened to the words. I know the moments of the song. I think that this has got to be, yep, Subterranean Homesick Blues. That's exactly it. Thank you for just knowing my brain, dude. Somebody to Love. I'm actually really excited to give this one a critical listen.
When the truth is found to be lies, and all the joy within you dies. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. Love.
This is an incredible song.
When the garden flowers, baby, are dead, yes, and your mind is so full of red. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love.
This next part, I think, is maybe the part I remember liking the most in the song. Rhea, I never thought about the Barracuda thing, but I could totally kind of see Nancy and Ann vibing on that. Like, I could definitely see them being fans of Grace Slick. Every bit of me can. The OG power vocalist. You might be right. I mean, can you, interesting point of conversation for the YouTube conversation. Do you agree with that? I actually kind of think that's an interesting topic of conversation, but I'm really tempted to take an at bat on this one.
You love somebody to love.
It's just in C, right?
Find somebody to love. Your eyes, I say, your eyes may look like his. Yeah, but in your head, baby, I'm afraid you don't know where it is. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. Tears are running, they're all running down your breast. And your friends, baby, they treat you like a guest. Don't you want some?
And your friends, baby, they treat you like a guest. That's kind of interesting when your friend treats you like a guest. Huh. I never thought I'm getting a guitar. Have you met Jersey Girl? Okay. I own guitar picks. There's one. Here we go.
Somebody to love. You better find somebody to love.
finding it right now.
And your friends, baby, they treat you like a guest. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to
Sorry.
when the
I'm not sorry. I'm lying.
you better find somebody to love. Tears are running and all running down your breast. And your friends, baby, they treat you like a guest. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to
We're done. I got my kicks. Okay, yeah, that song rips. I think that kind of explains why it was the one I knew going into this one. You know, I think it is one of the song, like, because I think White Rabbit is a little bit more difficult going right into it if you're not already kind of, because it's not the more user friendly, it's the more psychedelic kind of abrasive one, even though it's kind of steady and just I'm not gonna lie, when I heard White Rabbit, it never really clicked for me either. But part of me thinks it didn't click for me simply because of my connotation of it in the scene of Fear and Loathing, Point Blank. My best friend.
Are you my best friend?
You are my best
I love you so well.
to the
End of time, you won't see me. Are you my best friend?
are my
I
best.
see you, it seems. Now I can see I've fallen into your love stream.
Way to go,
Follow
Skeel.
your dream. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll follow
Love
you
this one.
wherever time will take me to. Forever I'll be one with you. One with you.
One with you.
Jazzy breakdown. And we're back.
Best friend.
You are my best.
All that you're seeing. I set
This
you
lap
free
steel.
and just
I kind of like that the 60s seemed to feature much heavier lap steel performances. And I was sitting here kind of the lap steel guitar is an expensive instrument to even get into the door of. It's like most instruments you can find pretty reasonably cheap. You can get a lap steel, but a pedal steel guitar like you would hear you're hearing a lot in these albums that do a lot more dynamic bending and shifting. Lap steel is cheap. Pedal, yeah, I said it incorrectly there up front, but you hear those sound textures. It's like I think a lot of dudes were just spending a lot of time in studios and they saw this really expensive thing and they were like, this thing makes some cool noises if you could figure it out. I love that the use case really evolved outside of exclusively like country music. And that you hear so many amazing use cases like this. Pedal steel is so hard to play without sounding like a strangling a cat. I can believe it. I've only played lap steel. I've got one sitting right next to me. But as far as pedal steel, I've never even taken an at bat.
All that you're seeing, I set you free, and just like me, you'll be in love with me. Do you know what I mean?
The change up. This is such a good vibe. And we're back.
And I love you so well. Till the end of time, you won't see me.
Yeah, to even get into the door to play like a cheap pedal steel guitar, you're talking like 1200. Most guitars, you can probably get a decent, really good learner guitar, $300. If you're trying to learn lap steel, to even approach it, to get a crappy one, or a fixer-upper even, you're talking like 1200.
My best friend, and I see you, it seems. Now I can see I've fallen into your love stream.
Rabbit Raft.
I follow your dream. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's so nice.
You be in love with me. I'm gonna set you free.
Ray Slick is incredible.
Oh, you're my best friend.
This is immediately just a little bit more. Not that there's a comparison. I shouldn't even say anything about this because it's not a comparison between Buffalo Springfield and Jefferson Airplane. I'm just finding that this has been the easier on the ears album to me to listen to tonight, and I have loved. I loved so many things I heard Stills and Young do, but I again, it's not a. This video is me talking about how much I like Jefferson Airplane, and yeah, I'm sitting here thinking like there's just a whole bunch of different sound textures. This is really hitting me more with kind of a wow factor. The thing is, I'm always gonna like. I like this a lot. This is kind of more in line with what I would just naturally be listening to than what Buffalo Springfield was. It was a fantastic album, but I find that I'm just a bit more excited listening to this one, and I'm feeling like this is just an amazing night for music discovery. I have heard two really I'm 3 songs into this one, and I know I love it, but that's two, man. Today. This isn't a Wes Anderson movie for sure.
Today, I feel like pleasing you more than before.
Whoa.
Today,
They did this at Monterey Pop. Thank you.
but I don't know what for. To be living for you is all I want to do.
I remember now.
Loving you, it'll all be there when my dreams come true. Today,
This is so nice.
you're making me say that I somehow have changed. Today, you look into my eyes, I'm just not the same. To be any more than all I am would be a lie. I'm so full of love, I could burst apart and start to cry. Today,
This is just I'm really getting hit with the lyrics here. This has been maybe the most hypnotic of the songs that we have found on this album so far. I've really just kind of found myself captivated with this. You know, you get that really delicate today. Yo, oh my goodness. Holly Tatnail, thank you so much for the raid. Raiders, welcome to the Rooskies, my friend. Thank you. I hope you had a fantastic stream. Rooskies, make our new friends feel at home. The Halluminati are here to brighten your stream. Well, I'm honored. Rooskies, make our new friends feel at home. Guys, my name is Walterooski. I don't know if you knew this or not, but it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like or the follow button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, hang out with us. We're listening to music today. Feel free to follow along on YouTube. Guys, we have the comically positive corner of the internet. We'd love to have you by. Welcome, everybody. Rooskies again. Make our new friends feel at home. We're listening to some Jefferson Airplane.
everything you want, I swear, it all will come true. Today, I realize how much I'm in love with you standing here.
This is one of those songs that kind of sounds like it's heavy and sad, but it's I don't feel like it's intended to be. Today, you'll make me say that I somehow have changed. Today, you look into my eyes. I'm not the same. To be any more than I am at all would be a lie. I'm so full of love. I could burst apart and start to cry. This definitely feels like it could be like some psychedelic love as well. I mean, these guys were part of the acid test, right? Am I wrong, or am I totally off on that one? You guys are the best. Seriously, of all of the raid, you guys have just been hilariously comforting. Holly, I hope you had the best stream. Mods, could we give a shout out to Holly, by the way? Rooskies, feel free to go check that person out.
I could tell the world what it means to love. To go on from here, I can't use words, they don't say enough. Please, please, listen to me. It's taken so long to come true. And it's all
almost like there's a release there, you know? The release I'm talking about there is like, you ever had it in your, like, you ever had a special someone that you just wanted to say, like, you loved, but you couldn't quite get the bravery to do it? Maybe it's confess feelings to somebody, you know, whatever the case may be. And then that liberating moment of like finally saying it. And then, like, you know, maybe your 50-50 shot works out and that catharsis. But maybe the song kind of makes me feel like there is that tension of nerves regarding that. And maybe I'm completely misreading the lyrics. So I would love to hear your lyrical read. Jerry's part reminds me a bit of Morning Dew. I love that song. It's interesting that they have these shifting dynamics. You go from Somebody to Love, and then this song, Coming Back to Me. Just a really delicate acoustic guitar capture there. Double tracked now with the bass on the left ear. Is it a flute? Jerry was playing guitar on today? You're lying to me. Jerry Garcia? My Jerry? He's uncredited? But Jerry played on it? Are you pulling my leg? Are you fleecing me right now? Are you trying to sell me a vacuum cleaner? All right. Jerry Garcia played on this? This isn't a vacuum cleaner sales pitch? Okay. I love you guys. That's a really, really, really good nugget, dude. Okay, you're safe. I believe you. Yeah. That'd be really, really, he's uncredited here. That'd be really, really just a terrible thing to do to me on a video. Get me all excited just for me to find out in a comment section later that, like, that guy sucks. That walk up, I love so much. Well, was the airplane on Living on the Hate? Okay, so they were. This is such a delicate introduction here. Okay, on the album's back cover, Garcia is credited as musical and spiritual advisor, and airplane guitarist Jorma Kaukonen, man, I hope I said that correctly, described him in his memoir, Been So Long, my life in music as a combination arranger, musician, and sage counsel. By his own account, Garcia also played guitar on 3 tracks: Today, Coming Back to Me, and Plastic Fantastic Lover, and on 2 outtakes. Can we get some W's for Mata? Because that was a Mata effect. That I tell you that right now. Now that was a Mata effect. I loved that friggin' nugget. Thank you for the verification.
The summer had inhaled and held its breath too long.
Oh,
The winter looked the same as if it never had gone.
can somebody do me a quick favor? Look up it's either the movie Prefontaine or without. It's the movie Without Limits. It's the movie Without Limits. If you didn't know this, I was a really big cross country and track runner in high school and college. I was obsessed with Steve Prefontaine. In a lot of ways, still am. But I think that this song, that intro bit, I think I heard this song in the movie Without Limits when Steve is making out with Mary in a trailer before Steve goes to Finland to race Lassie Viren. Can somebody tell me if this song was in the movie Without Limits? Please and thank you. I could be totally off, but I think it is.
And through an open window where no curtain hung.
It's just that intro sound that makes me think. Verification is my new word.
I saw you
From me to you, ma'am.
coming back to me. One begins to read between the pages of a look, the shape of sleepy music, and suddenly you're hooked. Through the rain upon the trees that kisses on the run. I saw you.
This is beautiful.
I saw you coming back to me. You came to stay and live my way, scatter my love like leaves in the wind.
I think we're in D.
You always say you won't go away, but I know what it always has been. It always has been a transparent dream beneath an occasional sigh.
Oh, wow.
Most of the time I
G?
just
Okay,
let
so-
it go by. Now I wish
G's in
it
my
hadn't begun.
harmonica holder. I've got G in my harmonica necklace right now.
Dream beneath an occasional sigh. Most of the time I just let it go by. Now I wish it hadn't begun. I saw you. Yes, I saw you. Coming back to me. Strolling the hills, overlooking the shore, I realize I've been here before.
Like, it just feels like they're sitting there in a room together playing this delicate arrangement, you know? It really feels like this dude is kind of writing about like a love lost and then like daydreaming for her to come back, and then she does. And then maybe realizing like it's kind of one of those on again, off again scenarios, like where it's kind of pumping mud. Like maybe you know better than to do it, but you find reasons to do it. I'm trying. That's roughly where I'm finding it, but they have this like sadness seeking like comfort, and that comfort seems to be in familiarity of something that it's not like a planned song. It just feels it's just feeling it, no clever lines on purpose, just raw emotion. I like that take.
The shadow in the mist could have been anyone.
This is an incredible out. Like
I saw you.
it's not missed yet.
saw you coming back to me.
A little bit of a lack of grace slicking this
Small things
song.
like reasons are put in a jar. Whatever happened to wishes wished on a star? Was it just something that I made up for fun? I saw you.
Small things like reasons are put in a jar. Whatever happened to wishes
saw
wished on a
you.
star. Was it just something that I made up for fun?
Coming back to me.
It's like there's escapism in the idea of somebody coming back. If only in the daydream that's there. Grace is playing the recorder. Oh, beautiful. Okay, good. Wait, in which song, Matta, did you say he played on so Jerry played the guitar there. That guitar sound that we're hearing is Jerry MFN Garcia. Jerome MFN Garcia. This is I can't believe it. You just read the slogan from one of my albums, A Beacon of Comfort Amongst Chaos. The guitar is Jerry, Marty, Paul, and Jack. Got it. Guys, ad's about to start in 3 seconds. And then we're going to come back and we're going to close down the last 6 songs. Let me know, by the way, are we flipping the record over on song 6 or song 7? Be right back. Must I always remind you guys to hydrate with your Phil Lesh glass? It's so important. It's so important, guys. All right, coming on back. 3/5 of a mile in 10 seconds. Okay. This reminds me of Early Dead for sure. This reminds me of like the Golden Road.
Do away with people wasting my precious time. Take me to a simple place where I can easily see my face. Baby, baby, I see that you are kind. No, I love you, baby. Yes, I do.
Can I just say, by the way, I think we could all afford to take a play out of this song's playbook here. Do away with people blowing my mind. Do away with people wasting my precious time. Take me to a simple place where I can easily see my face. Baby, I can see that you're fine. I think we could all afford, I think all of us could afford to just do that ourselves. This song so much.
No, I love you, baby. Yes, I do. No, I love you, baby. Yes, I do.
Feels a little bit like Somebody to Love at some points. Let me ask you guys this. Does the Airplane typically get pegged into the category of band that is just better live? The reason I ask is because certainly in the performances I have seen them play, huge. They're improv based. They're in your face. And then when they're wailing, it's like they're just staring into the abyss and like just locked in, nothing else exists. It's such like honestly, and maybe it was just good filming, which is a hilarious thing to say about the Woodstock movie because it was notoriously bad, but you could feel the energy in seeing what they did, and when you hear that performance, it's massive. So I'm certainly interested to know what the general consensus on them as a band, like do people see them for the like Airplane specifically?
Do away with things that come on obscene, like hot rods, quickly and real fine nicotine. Sometimes the price is $65. Prices like that make a grown man holler, especially when it's sold by a kid who's only 15. No, I love you, baby. Yes, I do. No, I love you, baby. Yes, I do. 3/5 of a mile, Jefferson.
There it is. I was wondering. Okay. My sister in chat, Rooski's sister, I am, asked a pretty interesting question here. Now, understand, my sister and I are, while we came from the same loins, are two totally different people. I had a totally different level of self-discovery than she did. She would end up going into like a seminary. She's an amazing mother to three children. She did not explore the depths of psychedelia in the same ways that I did. And so to explain to somebody what psychedelic music is that has not done psychedelics is an interesting point of conversation. And I would actually just love this conversation to be in the YouTube comments section. I think plenty of people hear the phrase, having never done psychedelic anything, and maybe they hear sound textures that are associated with it. And as I try to think of a way to describe it to you, I think sound texture is kind of the thing I go for. Really ambient, spacey things happen. Sometimes bombastic things that like surprise noises that come in. Not that like they're bad, but just you didn't hear them and they're in and they're out and they're gone. You hear just one moment of it. A lot of ambience in space between the ears, pretty frequently. Like, really really atmospheric sounds that sound kind of floaty. Different modes definitely do well, like in musical terms, different modes and scales definitely do well for presenting the atmosphere of psychedelic music. but they're kind of trying to bring you into the emotional state of mind that psychedelics can bring you into. I think that's a very good way to put it. Lots of effects, more free playing. Yeah, I think a lot of times you see improv music get pegged into psychedelia because of its um unforeseen nature, right? So much of the psychedelic experience is to try to quantify what is not necessarily quantifiable, because if you haven't done them, you're kind of without a language to try to explain them. Because even people that have done them, explaining it to each other, it's all dealt in abstract. Because how do you explain how feelings manifest themselves into imagery? Um, that somehow overlays with the real world and has color and emotion kind of linked as one. Those things are hard to describe in music. And frankly, I think most people can tell you any music that you listen to on psychedelics is psychedelic music. I think that there is just a stimulus to it. But specifically to your point, psychedelic music in terms of genre or subgenre, I think would really lean in heavily to ambient, atmospheric, spacey sounds, bombastic, surprising sounds, textures, swinging time signatures. Maybe you were in a 4/4, and maybe you go into a 7/4. To totally change the dynamic of the song and kind of the like feeling like. Imagine if you have a heartbeat like. But then maybe that heartbeat just in 1 second starts going. A lot of psychedelic music, I think, can pretty well get rooted in something like, but not necessarily that. Um, but it's a really big loaded question, and I'm interested to hear the answers that you get in the YouTube comment section as well as the continued chat, because I think a lot of us have and have not done psychedelics and would have different impressions of that. So to those in the chat that have not done them, I would be interested to hear your impression, as well as those in the chat that have. I think in pop music, for example, you don't hear random sectional breakdowns like that. You hear a pretty solid chord structure, verse scenario, like verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, whatever. You kind of follow that standard order. I think a lot of times psychedelic music really throws the form and function out to really let music breathe and just kind of exist outside of structure. In fact, I think that could really sum up a lot of it. Psychedelic music is to try to capture emotion with music by placing things kind of seemingly outside of the place that they would normally go, but still making them fit. And sometimes it doesn't fit too, and that's part of the experience.
Crystal chandelier, I'm home. Too many days I've left unstoned. If you don't mind happiness, purple pleasure feels in the sun.
Even like the Technicolor imagery there, very psychedelic imagery based. Love that guitar tone. See, and in this, I think a lot of this is really conscientious. Yeah, I take great ease in you're sitting there searching for myself. I find a place there. There is something about the comfort in small moments that I really find beautiful in music, and you hear me comment on it a lot of times, right? Like, I truly love the sweet nothing moments of music, and I when a comment on something like I get I feel good that you're just sitting there. That's a small thing that expresses a big thing. But you can miss that big thing if you don't choose to go out of your way to see the small thing. And I think that you certainly see a lot of that, especially steeped in imagery throughout a lot of the writing of the 60s and 70s, because I think a lot of it's coming heavily off of, psychedelic influence. I think that's kind of where a lot of the hippie ethos was coming from, right? Like,
Ladies, in your sitting there, searching for myself, I find a place there. I see the people of the world, where they are and what they could be. I can but dance behind your smile. I can but dance behind your smile.
I love the little round there and this bass run up. This is really, really starting off to me. Like, we've got 4 songs to go. It's kind of one of those ones I'm feeling sad is getting close to the end. Is this the recorder or a flute? Ooh.
Look into her eyes. Do you see what I mean? Just look at her hair. And when she speaks, oh, what a pleasant surprise.
I like that they capture
How
romance.
do you feel? Just look at her smile. Do you see what I mean? She is looking our way. Oh, how I wish we could stay, just stay for a while. How do
Also, culturally, the 60s are following the cold stoicism of the Beat Generation. This is the vibrant swing back from that. It's actually a really, really, really cool that you comment on that, because you see that almost every single one of the hippies was like inspired by On the Road, like by the Rat Pack of the beatniks, right? Like, you got people like Kerouac, you have like Ginsberg, you've like I think when you kind of look at like what was happening, and you have these like really serious, really educated, really really brainy, kind of methed out, depending on the phase you're looking at their life, guys that are all searching for something similarly, right? A lot of them end up finding Eastern, spiritualism. A lot of them end up finding, being just hippies that are like 10, 15 years older than the hippies, and documenting those things. And you kind of see that a lot of you have a pretty even split. Like, a lot of the beatniks end up going and the hippie route. A lot of the beatniks end up just kind of writing about it. It's a pretty interesting split there.
you feel when I meet a girl like that?
Yeah, you have your Neil Cassidy beatniks and you have your Jack Kerouac beatniks, and I feel like as with a lot of hippie culture, Some of them liked drinking and uppers more. Some of them liked psychedelics and spinning in circles more. Giving hugs.
I don't know what to say, but to greet a girl like that brightens up my day, my day. Oh, how do you feel? Just look at her walk. Do you see what I mean? She is coming our way. Oh, how my heart beats, I don't even think I could talk.
This is pretty well capturing a crush.
When I meet a girl like that, I don't know what to say, but to greet a girl like that brightens up my day, my day.
This has just had lovely, wholesome writing in it. Listen to that bass. They're like creating offbeat tension here. Like they're polyrhythmic. This is a great example of what's psychedelic about this moment.
How do you feel? Do you know how you feel? Just look at her smile. Tell me how do you feel? Look into her eyes. Tell me how do you feel? She is coming our way. Tell me how do you feel? Look into her eyes. Tell me how do you feel? She is coming our way. Tell me how do you feel?
No way he played on Voodoo Chile? Dude, that's awesome. Matter of fact, sorry, I couldn't help it. When I saw that you typed Voodoo Chile, it came right out of my mouth. How do you feel was a tasty one. This is really, so we got 3 songs to go. Guys, you have to let me know because they're short songs. How have you felt about the album? First of all, do you think the album is going to stick the landing? Let's see, Embryonic Journey. Whoa. Whoa. I love this song, and the fact that the title time bar down there wasn't working gave me a perfect excuse to just run it back. I'm so happy with this. I'm not blown away, but I'm having a good time. I'm just really enjoying it. But I think I've kind of got a predisposed interest in this era. And digging into it is exciting to me. Seeing the dots connect. You have to understand, a lot of times to me, listening to this stuff is in connecting the stories behind the scenes is kind of like watching a whole bunch of different TV shows that were all a part of the same unified universe. Like, we're listening to, like, music's extended universe here. So getting the little tidbits about Jerry playing guitar in a couple songs, like they're from San Francisco. They're like living in Haight-Ashbury at the time that this is written. Having that kind of, it adds this like really lush story that I've kind of been building in my brain for a little while about this period of time, which has really captured my interest, especially as we've watched the Monterey Pop Festival, Woodstock, as we've kind of invested into like seeking out the artists and the acts that we saw from those things, because golly goodness, was that not a fun stream? What Walt just described is what drives me. I I talk about this a lot, but like even in my spare time, like I read Phil Lesh's book. Like I love reading rockumentaries, and there's just something about kind of living my imagined life in the real life of music, and getting to hear all the perspectives of the artists, getting to kind of hear the backstories, like, oh my gosh, yeah, they played with this band all the time, if you like this you'll love them, like, you know those little connections go such a long way. And then when you get little nugget moments of the behind the scenes stuff as you dig in and you watch a documentary like the Woodstock movie, and you just get a random moment with like Jerry hanging out with a whole bunch of rock stars holding the giant friggin' fat joint that he just rolled and going like, Exhibit A, marijuana. Like those moments, seeing these guys all hang out together, and knowing what they end up making, it, the overall energy it provides is so cool, and it to me is every bit on par with the same interest I have in television shows. I get just as fascinated with the characters. I love hearing the little side stories. All of those things add such a lush world to music to me. And I think what's really cool about this community is that you guys are the same way. And it's like very obvious to me in the years that we've been doing this together that you guys are the same way I am. And it's amazing. The alternate universe of the 60s is the Wes Anderson movie universe. No, this acoustic is amazing. It's Yorma, right? Is that correct? Yorma. This is magical. That was actually magical. I think that's kind of the beauty part of it, is like, because a lot of times I learn along with the video, right? Like a lot of times I get hit with people in the context crew, or a lot of times like we just kind of have discussions as we go, or a song will remind a viewer of a particular nugget that they heard. They'll cross-reference with the Google search to make sure I don't make a dink out of myself on a video that's out there forever. And it, yeah, mediocre stuff got filtered out over time. I think you really saw, like, especially in the 60s and 70s, less so in the 80s, and as time goes on, that like the best of the best of the best really does kind of rise to the top. I mean, lest we forget, like there are plenty of like undiscovered stories out there. I mean, walk the streets of Nashville, you'll see plenty of them. But it's kind of cool to just see this. How many people were living in Haight-Ashbury at the time? Like it during the Summer of Love, we'll say, like at its height. how many people were there? And realistically, like, how big an area is it in San Francisco, that intersection where all of those Victorian houses are? Like, mm, I've seen a lot of people say that they just got a whole bunch of friends and rented these giant houses with a ton of rooms and lived there really cheap in this really awesome, peaceful place. Like, so kind of seem, again, I can see how it would seem utopian, but kind of a crazy experience also at the end of the day. But how many people were like living there? Because it seems like it was kind of similar to a Laurel Canyon scene, but with a different overarching ethos. And White Rabbit is one that I know, but again, only from that scene in Fear and Loathing.
One pill makes you larger and one pill makes you small. And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go
Wow.
ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
I never even considered this.
And if you go chasing rabbits and you know
I didn't think that this was going to be an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing. I've never critically listened to this song before. I've only ever heard like the riff and the kind of the drum
when she's 10
snare
feet
thing.
tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall.
Oh my gosh, it does me too, Ray.
Smoking caterpillar has given you the call. Call Alice when she was just small. When the men on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go, and you just had some kind of mushroom, and your mind is moving low. Go ask Alice.
I had to read this book in high school called Go Ask Alice, and it was, if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. I think it's banned in schools now, which is mind-blowing to me. But I had to read this book in school called Go Ask Alice, and it was the first time, it was basically like a book of a girl writing her psychedelic happenings and then how her life continuously deteriorates. But like, it kind of captured the psychedelic moments pretty well. I can remember reading it and not necessarily understanding how you could eat a sugar cube and all of a sudden carpet feels like awesome. But then I did them and I could. Which is dumb, but I think it's interesting that they would name that book Go Ask Alice, this song Go Ask Alice. These are dots I'm connecting now as an adult.
Chessboard,
In real time. Come on, baby.
chessboard, get up and tell you where to go, and you just had some kind of mushroom, and your
I also think the reason I thought of Alice in Wonderland as much as I did anytime I've taken a psychedelic is simply because culture has made me think I'm supposed to do it. Because I'd say confidently, every single time I took something psychedelic, LSD, mushrooms, just those. Because with DMT, there was none of that. But those two, also salvia, not the same either. But mushrooms and LSD certainly, they, every single time the conversation happens.
mind is moving low.
which I don't do anymore, just so we're all clear.
I think she'll know when logic and proportion have fallen slowly dead, and the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off her head. Remember what the Dormouse said. Feed your head, feed your head,
Her voice.
feed your
I would agree to that. I think the trap in the trap in psychedelics is that a lot of people spend their time chasing either a good time or enlightenment, both of which are like crash, like dangerous highways to lead to a really permanently scattered brain for a long time. You got to give yourself some processing power to like decompress, take the lessons you learned and apply them to your life. And like, you know, while it can be a good time, I don't think its intention is to just like be a good time. I think people are uh you know, I don't know. I'm not anybody to judge. I feel like I kind of got what I needed out of them. Like it definitely taught me a lot about my life, and I think, but I also, even in realizing I was chasing enlightenment for myself and wasn't finding it, like what I needed to do was deal with me, you know, deal with me. I didn't need to try to have some, take some psychedelic to have some epiphany to fix my life. What I needed to do was just like answer hard questions that I'd been hiding from. But I think a lot of people mix those things up, and they try to chase something, or they take psychedelics hoping that they'll have some epiphany. Don't get me wrong, there's amazing research supporting great things, but don't get me wrong either. Plenty of people are doing them without that intention, you know? So, teach their own. But I think for me personally, I've just gotten to a place to where like I think I'm better suited taking the lessons I've learned, applying them in my life, recognizing I had some beautiful memories. I learned a lot from a couple of really tough, traumatic experiences in the midst of them. And at the end of the day, I like being grounded in reality, knowing that my ego is all just kind of a sham, you know? It's kind of just, you know? Just, I think that pretty much says it. I think I think we're on the same page. Most importantly, does the album stick the landing? This one's another one with Jerry.
Her neon mouth with a blinking soft smile, nothing but an electric sign. You could say she has an individual style, she's a part of a carnival time. Super seal lady, chrome colored clothes you wear, cause you have no other. But I suppose no one knows you're my plastic, fantastic lover.
Which guitar did Jerry play there, friend?
Fantastic lover.
This one? Is he playing the Martin?
Her rattling cough never shuts off, is nothing but a used machine. Her aluminum finish, slightly diminished, is the best I ever have seen.
That's Yorma, for sure. I don't think that's Jerry.
Cosmetic baby plugged into me and never ever find another. And I realize no one's wise to my plastic fantastic lover.
Well, in 1967, is Jerry playing Alligator at this point? Or is he still playing the Guild? Because that would actually, if he's playing the Guild, maybe it is Jerry then. I don't know. To answer your question, Rooski sister, can I tell the distinction in Jerry's skills as opposed to someone else's? I think almost any guitar player could hear a guitar player that he is a real fan of and tell you who he was listening to without necessarily having to know the song. There is a characteristic to the way most dudes play. Like most people. I'm not just saying dudes. I'm saying like dudes as in anybody that would don a guitar. Everybody's got a little bit of a characteristic to them. They play kind of in similar. There is a voice to the sound of a guitar. I think some people just hear guitars played, but when you're a guitar player that spends so much of your time trying to make your sound, come through, two different guys can put their hands on the same guitar plugged into the same thing and try to play the same song, and I think it's going to sound different. But it's not so distinct like vocals, absolutely. There is nuance to it. But I think a lot of it is like the phrasing of leads, right? Some guys are purely pentatonic players. Jerry Garcia did a lot. He would be like a Mixolydian player, a Dorian player. He bounced in major and minor modes. And when you see that, he can do a lot of things, but he does things pretty consistently, like walk ups and walk downs, little triad like rakes as he's moving forward to kind of make chaos noises as he's sliding up and into a lead. There's little moments like that he does that would like stand out to me as like classic Jerry line. But I would say that about a lot of dudes have stuff like that, like Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top, for example. Very much a pentatonic guitar player, very much a straight up blues guitar player. A lot of times he's just playing two frets apart and doing walks, like 12-bar blues. So there's characteristics to everybody for sure. I don't think, I mean, yeah, if you try to stump a guy, you probably could do it, right? But I think a person that's a real fan of somebody's work hears more than just the notes that are played. They hear the personality behind the notes played. And those characteristics absolutely certainly bleed through.
Cosmetic baby plugged into me and never ever find another. And I realize no one's wise to my plastic fantastic lover.
See, this doesn't sound to me like a Jerry lick. Maybe it is. He's not in his band.
The electrical dust is starting to rust her trapezoid thermometer taste. All the red tape is mechanical rape of the TV program waste. Data control and IBM science is mankind's brother. But all I see is draining me on my plastic fantastic lover.
This is incredible. It wasn't his band. You right? It sticks the landing for sure. It definitely does. You know, so getting into it, it's really, really, really cool to me that we get into this and kind of add another little bit of information to the Rolodex that is like the TV show I've been creating in my brain. That is like the 60s rock scene. You know, like especially again, Jefferson Airplane was easily one of the bands I was most excited to jump into after we did the Woodstock documentary together. Just seeing Grace and her presence up there, seeing Yorma just rip that guitar apart. I was really excited. I will say it didn't have as many in my face rippers that I saw in the live set, but this was also not done, you know, riding lightning on the brown acid in front of, you know, a 500,000 people. So yeah, they saved that more for the live shows. There's that particular energy is certainly something I want to continue to visit. Especially because I have found I've said this a lot on my streams. My favorite work of the Dead is like 68 to 74, like that period very specifically. I just love that early raw sound. I like that psychedelic era, and I love a lot of stuff that they do later, but there's something really special about them being kind of young and full of piss and vinegar and moving forward. Knowing that they were so intertwined with this band and finally getting to hear some of this catalog, it just adds a tremendous layer of depth that I'm really happy about. I love this album. We're doing another. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.